You're listening to the Sanspants Network.
Okay, everything announced at Hall H. Hall H. It's at San Diego Comic-Con. Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Speculation. All the pop culture news and other research, so you don't have to. I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Joel. Joel, why do you sound so tired?
Do I? Well, boys, what do we think about all the information and news that came out of Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con?
Comic-Con rolled around, and this year there was two panels. One on the Thursday night, which was Deadpool and Wolverine panel. The movie was already out at that point, so it was just basically them celebrating how they knocked it out of the park and how that's the best movie of all time. Then on the Saturday night, Kevin Feige head to the stage and he go, hey, let's look at the upcoming MCU movies that you don't really know that much about yet. And everyone said, ooh. They said, ooh. And then they said, excuse me, Kevin Feige, while I jork off my penis.
Yes, they did.
So we won't focus too much on Deadpool and Wolverine's panel because if you've seen the movie,
You loved it. Yeah.
And they didn't announce anything. It was more just like, hey, what the
Remember the movie?
Remember the movie and look at these guys that are in it.
Yeah.
That being said, I guess there's going to be, we can't really talk about some of the things announced here or speculate on them without spoiling some of the cameos in particular in Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine,
go watch it now.
Go watch it now.
If you're like the four people alive that haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine,
Now's your chance.
I assume by now we're in the upper echelons of several billion.
Oh yeah,
I have
to
to assume that we're it's crazy.
Yeah,
the amount of money that
the people have sunk into seeing this movie.
Yeah, the amount of times we're gonna have to go to the zoo.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, if it makes $2 billion, we're gonna do 2 zoo trips.
That's so expensive, man.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of scratch, man, for 2 trips to the zoo.
We're gonna work extra hard.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to dig deep in the podcasting mines to keep our pockets fat so then we can slim them at the zoo.
We can treat Joel's Hammer to more zoo trips. Keep him in apes.
I'm accustomed to a certain kind of ape-like lifestyle. I need to see an ape on a weekend.
He needs to see an ape every weekend or he gets so stroppy, dude.
So, straight off the bat, look, hey, if you're listening to this and you also don't want spoilers for the upcoming MCU movies, probably stop listening. Because, there's guys announced and
stuff happening.
People announced as who
There's a dude, there's another one.
Who these guys is.
Oh, yeah,
this guy that you knew was in the movie, well, he's this guy, actually. But then also, they lie a lot, so...
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, so straight off the bat... Robert Downey Jr., bitch, he's back.
Oh, yeah.
The bitch is back.
Are you telling me that he's finally back as the titular Iron Man?
No.
No such luck.
Because Jill Zama, the biggest surprise of the night, according to digitalspy.com, saw Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the MCU, but not as Iron Man. Instead,
Who's he playing?
Well, I'm so glad that you've asked, because as Digital Spy go on to say, instead he'll take the role of Victor Von Doom, aka Dr. Doom.
Man with doctorate? So smart.
Oh, man. What an awesome announcement. It's great that,
Well, Robert Downey Jr. then said, new mask, same task.
That's so dumb. I love that this is obviously there are some people out there that are excited for this. I've definitely seen that. I've seen people also point to a what if comic, which is what if Iron Man was Dr. Doom and being they're drawing from this.
I'm so glad you've also brought up What If, because there was also the announcement that What If Season 3 will be the final season. It has been cancelled.
No! I loved every episode.
That's everyone's favorite show, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The animation was on point.
Didn't
sick
to look at.
Look like asshole at all. Well, they got everyone back for it, except when they didn't, which was often.
Yeah.
In episode 1, there was that awesome line of, hey, who ordered the calamari? But it was delivered like, hey, who ordered the calamari? But it was a weird,
awesome.
yeah, it was good.
But I like that with this Doctor Doom announcement. Pretty like the majority of people, even super fans, even Deadpool and Wolverine's biggest lovers,
Were confused?
no, they seem upset, and I think
Yeah.
it's nice to see the comic book fandom unified on something. And
I think that they don't love it because they're worried that they're going to take their favorite guy,
Well, yes.
Victor Von Doom, and make him a star.
yes, absolutely. But what I like as
Other way
well is
around
that
as well, yeah.
people are pissed off because they're like, if you were going to bring back Robert Downey Jr., bring him back as Iron Man, the guy I know.
Yeah,
So the
it's-
fact that they're not doing that has pissed people
Yeah.
off, which is funny because that's the culture Marvel has bred and is working against them. And I think that's fabulous.
It's nice that because all they announced was just the casting choice.
Yeah.
And you
Well, they actually announced
yeah,
three things in result, connected to.
Okay, because I was like, it's very funny to be like, you kind of with Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. It's like you've pissed off like 3 different subsets, I guess.
Yeah.
One, which is the people who are like big Doom heads.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, we love Doom. Doom's a good villain.
Yeah.
Why are we? Doom is so like complicated, and we need to get this like nice, story about it. And so now he's just going to be a Stark.
Yeah, who
this,
cares?
This is like he's going to be or an alternate reality Stark. I don't understand. And then you've pissed off, the people who are like, we loved Robert
Tony
Downey
Stark, yeah.
as Stark.
I don't want to
so why
see him as a villain.
Why
Yeah.
he back as not Tony?
I don't want to see him as anyone other than Tony Stark.
And then you got the third people who are maybe the more cynics in the room,
Yeah.
who are like, oh, it's nice that Disney are panicking.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like, the one thing that they had, like everyone kept being like, the one thing they got in their back pocket is Downey Jr. coming back at some point. They're like, play it now.
Play it
Play it now.
We're fucking struggling, dude.
Which is wild because, like, Robert Downey Jr.'s last appearance as Iron Man was in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
And he did, I feel like he did a voice cameo in something after
Yes,
that.
I think
but
he did too.
Oh, one of the Spideys maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might have been No Way Home.
Might have
Anyway. Anyway, so that was 5 years ago. That's not that long. And in
No.
a normal movie franchise, like you might
That could be the space
between 2 movies.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like, we waited, 9 years to see Furiosa
Yeah,
again?
exactly. And it didn't even feel, it wasn't like, wow, it took a long time for the sequel to come out. You were just like, oh, cool, they're doing a sequel.
So yeah, they've
nice.
flicked this switch pretty early. But yeah, they also announced that Avengers 5, Avengers 5, which was previously titled Avengers Kang Dynasty, which then became announced as Avengers 5, is now called Avengers Doomsday.
Oof. And I believe, thankfully, we now have some directors attached.
Yeah, so there was
Yes.
lots of speculation on who was
right.
directing. Originally, it was...
Deadpool, yeah?
Yeah.
No, prior to that, I think it was the director of Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Who then stepped. You know what? Let's find out.
Okay. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just like it just seems they needed maybe some big news as well to kind of detract away from piece of shit actor.
Yes, that's true.
who
That's
played
very
Kang.
possible. Very true.
And then it's like, well, this will stop people talking about that piece of shit.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's also this thing, and I brought this up on the show before, where Marvel has this real diminishing returns thing with cameos, where when you first make your movies and you have a guy from one of the other movies in your franchise appear in like one of the movies you're making, that's exciting because you're like, oh my god, it's fucking Captain America and Iron Man. And then once people get sick of that, they're like, well, we'll get characters
gotta
from
up the stakes.
other movies.
Up the stakes.
Oh, it's Tobey Maguire. Oh my god, that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from another movie in this movie. And then
Stewart, he's got the chair.
yeah, exactly. Oh, dude.
Remember the animated series?
Yeah, oh my God, whoa.
No, there it is.
They're connecting these two completely unrelated like movies that feature the same characters. That's really exciting. And I remember saying this, I'm like, what do they have left? And what they have left is this actor that you loved in the first phase is back for the new phase.
Yeah.
But what do they have after this?
And I also love that's like not just that,
Frodo.
but you also because you also have Chris Evans, who's like, while he was back as Johnny Storm and as a little cameo, but now they're like, okay, do we also, hey Chris, how's your bank account going?
Yeah, exactly.
You
Do you
know,
want to come back?
Do you need a little?
Do you want to come back as Galactus?
You wanna? But also, during the rounds of Oppenheimer, wasn't Downey Jr. just being like, I forgot how to act.
Yeah,
I was
pretty
real
much.
scared.
Yeah,
I was very worried.
He just wanted that Oscar.
And also, he never actually stopped being Tony Stark.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Anyway, the director was the Shang-Chi director, who then stepped down because he wanted to focus on Shang-Chi 2, and he's also a co-creator of Wonder Man, another TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then after that, they never announced who the director was, but it was heavily speculated it would be Sean Levy.
Yeah.
Because he's one of Marvel's guys. He also is a Disney guy. He made Free Guy, which also has a Chris Evans cameo.
What a film.
Taika Waititi's in that too.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
What a
you know a
movie,
lot.
It's about-
Free Guy's basically an MCU movie.
Pretty much.
Captain America shield's in it. There's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
There's computer guys.
Yeah.
Guy goes to computer.
Free Guy, awesome movie.
film.
It's like, guys, you should check it out. Check out Free Guy. It's on
It's got the
Disney+.
baseless speculation seal of approval.
Yeah,
it's
like,
our movie of the month.
Free Guy, it's freaking awesome.
It's so
freaking
good.
sick, dude.
If you're a true like if you love movies and video game,
Yeah,
you're gonna love.
it's a movie
Free
for you,
Guy.
dude. It's freaking sick.
It's like freaking. It's like the last Matrix movie, but like if the last Matrix movie wasn't trying to say anything.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah, because like and that was the Matrix is so woke.
It's really too much.
So it's awesome that
kinda
they made
disgusting.
Free Guy where it's not saying anything, and it also reminds me of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
It's
game.
freaking sick,
and like you know how much I love a Fortnite.
Yeah.
What if we got like Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite and Ryan Reynolds?
bro.
They
Yes,
should.
bro.
And Sean Levy, who's Disney's. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
a movie of the month.
Yeah.
It's based on speculation. Movie of the month.
Movie
We
of the
love
month.
it. We love it so much.
So May 2026, Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
And May 2027, Avengers Secret Wars. Now we got directors, and guess what? It isn't Sean Levy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's Marvel's very own,
Yes.
the Russo brothers.
They're back, baby.
After handing over the Avengers reign for
To no one. They put it on the floor. Then they came
No
back.
one grabbed it and they picked
no one
it
picked
up.
that one up, huh?
Then
That's
they-
crazy.
I guess I'll keep it.
Joe and
Yeah.
Anthony,
Hey,
they
what
just
is
put
it?
down the reins, and then they walked away for a couple of years where they make Cherry, a movie where Tom Holland's sad that he went to war, and The Grey Man, a movie that I'm sad I watched.
Yeah.
Oh, Netflix very own
Yeah.
with Christopher Evans.
Chris
in it.
Evans is in
Chris
that.
Evans, that's right.
Ryan Gosling's in it. It's a very forgettable movie.
That's crazy. It's
Based on a very
crazy.
forgettable comic, which I didn't like. Yeah. There you go.
Made for $250 million, so you know
Yeah.
the Russo brothers still get given that bank.
Oh,
Wait, how
yeah,
many
baby.
billions of minutes did people watch that though?
That's
So-
what matters.
The Grey Man
It had to be a success,
popularity.
right?
Oh, I would
on
imagine,
Netflix.
sir. For the Russo brothers,
You know,
they don't miss.
Yeah.
Famously.
Directors Joe and Anthony Russo have taken to Instagram to reveal that The Grey Man is the most popular movie of the year on Netflix.
Well, there you go.
Overtaking Sean Levy's very own Ryan Reynolds project, The Adam Project.
Whoa!
Yeah, haven't seen the Adam Project, but I can
that's
assure
true.
you that
That's a
that will
blind
be
spot
our
Movie of the month.
next month.
Yeah. That's Ryan
That's
Reynolds
next
goes.
month's movie of the month.
It's a baseless speculation. Guarantee.
I think that one's about Ryan Reynolds going back to the past to hang out with his young self to inspire his young self.
Yeah.
But somehow, isn't it still about how good Star Wars is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So The Grey Man is now the 4th most watched movie of all time.
See?
Huge congrats to the Grey Man team.
Okay, let's stop there. Let's examine this piece of news.
Okay.
What do we think about this?
I guess they had to pivot away from Kang and not recasting, and just kind of almost maybe brushing it aside and just having Doom in. I think is probably like okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense. If they are going to try and like one up it or whatever, there is this rivalry between Kang and Doom in the comics they can lead into, where Doom is supreme and he's like, you know, the Kang Wars are nothing. The Kang Wars was a Tuesday for me. I've wiped them all out. And he can just do it. We don't have to see a Kang.
Yeah, yeah,
We can just
exactly.
see maybe like a torched armor or whatever, or a bit
exactly.
of gauntlet where Doom just throws it down. That's, you know what? Look, fair enough. You had a problematic actor
hey.
and you want to distance yourself so much from it. I get it.
And you're
That's
not
fine.
doing great, so I get as well this desire to pick like a very known villain to be your next big villain for your movies.
And that's
I think
one of
Doom's
the,
not a bad choice.
And that was one of the ones that people were speculating for a while to be
Yeah.
like, it's probably going to be Doom. And you know what? That's great.
Well, they speculated it was going to be Doom because of the next bit of information, but now this is more confusing because
it doesn't
they're
quite
not
work out
related,
anymore.
actually. So the Fantastic Four gets a new title
Okay.
and a bit more information.
Yeah.
So the movie is called The Fantastic Four: First Steps. Why?
Why do that?
It's set in a retro future 60s and it's not in 616. So it's not part of the regular Marvel timeline yet. So obviously the end of the movie will change that.
Yes. More than likely, I'm assuming they will either chase Tony Stark's Doom into the 616.
No, Galactus is the villain of this.
I know, but I still could see at the very end as like a post-credit or whatever.
Look, fair. Look, if Fantastic Four are very much like the Marvel's first family, I guess they probably would have. Time's gone by. Maybe they would have wished they could have started with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And I get why you might set that in a sort of like, you want that like 60s style, retro future.
Yeah, for sure.
Very optimistic. The future's bright. Everything's looking up. It's very, pro sci-fi. And maybe with Reed Richards like around, humanity will advance in certain ways because Reed's a genius.
Yeah.
And hey, it's hard to do that now when we don't really have a history of superheroes in our universe. So without, making it too convoluted, we're now having, multiverses. So now anything can happen. Don't worry about it. We could just do that. I get why you would do that. I wouldn't have, but that's fine.
I mean, honestly, it feels like in complete isolation. Say we hadn't had like a sort of clusterfuck of multiverse movies leading up to this.
Yeah.
In isolation, the idea that it's like the Fantastic Four exist in a Fantastic Four dimension in this sort of retro futuristic 60s, and now the more I've thought about it, of course, Galactus comes, eats their planet, but they escape to 616.
Yeah.
In isolation, I think that's really fine.
Yeah.
That's like the one place where I'm like, you know what? I completely understand using the multiverse there.
Yeah.
Do I think they'll do it well? I hope so.
Yeah. It's just very interesting, maybe. That it's like, because of all the rights issues and all the stuff behind the scenes, how like they couldn't get access and they couldn't put all these, different properties in their universe. And then for some reason to convolute it more, they were like, well, those universes, they still exist in the multiverse. Yeah. It's
Are
it's
they
an
going
interesting
to?
choice.
I've seen a thing recently where Kevin Feige is like, very soon you will find out, if you will remember, this big mystery way back in the day, who bought Stark Tower. Kevin Feige very recently was like, you're going to find out very soon. It's Fantastic Four, right?
No.
No,
Wasn't it Kingpin?
No, we don't know.
I think it's Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Was it revealed? Because I
think
saw a thing
so.
recently where he's like, you're going to find out in the next couple of
Oh,
movies.
'cause I thought that was like the big reveal that it was the Kingpin.
In which property?
It hasn't come out yet, but they were like, this is happening maybe for Daredevil, Born Again. They were like, and
Maybe? Yeah.
old mate Wilson's got it.
That's
I
funny
think-
because clearly that was a decision made,
I think.
like this year.
But maybe, again, it has not been announced, so
Yeah,
maybe the Fantastic
Well,
Four.
just the Fantastic Four have a iconic building.
Yeah.
The
Like
Baxter,
the Baxter
building.
building. So it just seems like
Makes sense.
it would be very current day MCU to be like, this one iconic tower is now this other iconic tower.
So, the Fantastic Four First Steps has been announced as not an origin story, even though it will,
That's
I guess,
good.
show them get their powers.
Yeah, but it won't be
because
about them learning to use their powers.
It comes
I
out
suppose.
in a year from today at time of recording.
Oh.
No. It comes out in just under a year, a week ago.
Yeah.
A year minus a week.
Okay, all right.
It comes out in 51 weeks from now. And it starts
Start your clocks, people.
and it starts filming tomorrow.
Oh, brother. Okay.
So they showed
it's
some-
never
Well,
good.
that's fine because, the Fantastic Four, they're very like down to earth,
Yeah.
very grounded kind of like heroes that you don't need a lot of
You
like
don't need a lot of,
special
like,
effects.
special
or anything.
effects.
Because it's like, stretching guy on camera has always been done well.
Yeah. And it always
Never
looks
looks silly.
Looks awesome.
I just think that this is, like, you can chalk up the fact that the special effects are going to look like shit. Not any problem with the CG eyes. Like, it's just time management. The fuck
Yeah.
it. Which is fair enough because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah,
There'll
exactly.
be a
It
delay.
just
They
won't-
can't be a delay because the Fantastic Four have also been confirmed, like announced and confirmed,
Yeah.
that they are tying, like they will be appearing in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Well, they'll just get pushed forward too.
Delay.
They'll delay
be
all
a
of them.
delay.
Yeah, maybe.
You think they're going to strike instead of
delay.
striking while the iron's hot? They're going to wait for the
Let
iron
the
to
iron
cool down
cool
a little bit. But yeah, they showed some
Okay.
footage that I guess
So
it's not part of the movie.
Yeah, it's from memory. It's Reed giving like a lecture with Ben at a
Not quite. So it's
haven't
Reed
started
Richards.
filming.
It's hang on. What did they show?
But they
It's
haven't
pre-production
started
footage.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess it's
They
just
have-
like a.
Like a tester, maybe?
Yeah, I guess like to make like to
To get everybody
Okay.
comfortable, to
Vibe it out,
vibe
yeah.
your characters. I think that's fine.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Fair enough.
we shot a few days, some stuff in this astronaut prep area, getting ready to go to space.
Not a origin story.
Yeah.
Not an
Well,
origin
I guess
story.
They'll have to show it, I suppose.
The comic was created in the early 60s, really at the same time the space race was starting, so it has infused the idea of looking at the stars and dreaming of a future where we could be space travelers. And so I really wanted to take all of that great stuff from Apollo 11 and just imagine that instead of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, it was the Storms and Ben Grimm and Reed Richards heading off into space.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's more Apollo 13 then, I think,
Yeah.
because shit goes wrong. Anyway, the footage they showed was Reed hosting a kids' science show that he does weekly, and Ben on the retro dating game Let's Make a Match.
Okay.
And then there's also footage of Galactus looking through their window.
I've seen that. I've seen a photo at least of Galactus looking through the window.
Yeah,
He's big.
Yeah. I don't understand why they couldn't have just done, they were part of the original universe.
Yeah.
As astronauts back in the 60s. And as they went, they boop, disappeared.
Yeah.
And they just went into a different dimension. And then
True.
like other shit happened and they're
I don't
back.
mind.
But
Honestly,
hey,
I'm kind of excited to see.
We'll see what happens.
The thing about Marvel movies is they're so rarely stylized.
Yeah.
So if this movie is legitimately leaning into, if it goes full One Division mode, where it's like we are leaning into this aesthetic, we are trying to make something that feels like the '60s comic. Awesome. Honestly, that sounds exciting.
And if they can come back to like the 616 universe, and then it's with that kind of like ideas and of like where they were and everything, with that little bit of optimism, into like the 616, they're like, oh, buddy, things are
grim over here. I mean, honestly, I
It's kinda
just
neat.
given past whatever, I don't expect them to come into the 616 and change anything. But for the Fantastic Four movie, I'm marginally excited. I think.
Maybe.
I think that could be cool.
Hopefully they don't land in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
directed by Matt Shackman, who is one of the creators of WandaVision.
Okay.
He also has directed
Okay.
2 episodes of Game of Thrones, an episode of Heroes Reborn, 2 episodes of Fargo, 1 episode of Mad Men.
Okay, so they're getting those like TV guys that know how to work with.
He directed
in a
43
system.
episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Whoa.
5
a
episodes of
lot of
House
episodes,
MD.
So again, it's a company guy, right? So
Yeah.
like, that's fine.
He directed an episode of The Boys and an episode of Succession. I think that this will probably be stylized.
Yeah, which is very exciting to watch something that
He
feels
directed
different.
2 episodes of Monarch, a TV show that I think is good, but no one's talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
I watched it. It was all right.
Okay, nice. Honestly, the Fantastic Four movie is like it could be good, you know? I'm more optimistic about that than pretty much any other Marvel property at this point.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you've said that because the other thing that was shown was an exclusive Thunderbolts Asterix trailer. So the cast of Thunderbolts Asterix, which is its current title.
Yeah, they still haven't revealed what the asterisk is for.
Yeah, but it'll make sense apparently. It'll be
At the end of the movie,
They fight the Red Hulk.
yeah.
it'll be Thunderbolts Dark Avengers probably.
Yeah.
So Florence Pugh, David Harbour in Red Guardian suit because he showed up to the panel. He was like, "I thought we were dressing up."
Oh, David.
Sebastian Stan and Elaine from Friends were all in
Fabulous.
all H.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Sebastian Stan was like, the best part about playing Bucky is it's like having 9 lives, although he doesn't know how many are left. Okay. Bucky's not going to die in this movie.
No.
They're not going to do that, but awesome. And then Elaine from Friends is like, hey, I'm out for power and control, and I just want to kick ass in the Marvel universe, which is crazy because you've done none of that yet.
Yeah.
You just keep walking into frames being like,
She ate.
She divorced.
yeah, that's the most powerful thing she's done so far.
And she went into his kitchen and like ate soup or something.
Yeah.
The famous soup scene in
Yeah.
Black Panther 2.
I thought she was banned from eating soup.
Lewis Pullman was tight-lipped about who he's playing, only saying that his character's name is called Bob, which could be confirmation he's Sentry, a.k.a. Robert Reynolds.
Okay.
Bob.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, because someone was cast and they pulled out. I forget who.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Anyway, Lewis Pullman. Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
He's been in things. He's,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going them faces where you're like,
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen him and stuff.
Oh, he's in.
He's the son of Bill Pullman.
Oh, there you go.
Nepotism strikes again.
Yeah, fabulous.
Wonderful news.
And they showed a trailer, yeah?
Yes.
well?
So basically the trailer... The first trailer for the movie was shown, but it was exclusive to All H. You won't be seeing it online.
Oh,
Just fucking...
We'll see it soon.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the Thunderbolts or whatever is just going to be like kind of, I guess, the Marvel's response to the Suicide Squad, the first one.
Well,
which is like what happens when like Superman go bad, and then there's
Sentry is Marvel's
Sentry,
Superman,
which is a Superman who also is like has split personality.
Yeah, okay.
With the Void. The Void.
The Void.
No,
they
are they
wouldn't.
gonna?
No, that's too clever.
Surely, no,
too-
but like, because he has opened up a void. Do you reckon they'll go to the void in the?
No,
sure.
I don't think so. I don't think they're that connected. I don't think Marvel's thinking that
I don't
far
think
ahead.
that. The thing is, I don't think that's clever.
Yeah, but it's like a
Anyway.
thought too far. I don't think
Anyway.
Marvel's going to do it.
Anyway,
So Thunderbolts, the new footage reveals Yelena goes to visit Red Guardian's apartment and tells him that her only reason to live is to kill others. Huge. They then encounter the other Thunderbolts, Bucky Barnes, John Walker, Ghost, and Taskmaster, only to discover that they've all been assigned the same dangerous mission, and they want to know why.
Yeah.
take down the Sentry or
Whoa.
the Red Hulk.
Or alternatively, well, no, because the Thunderbolt,
Take out the
Yeah.
president.
Yeah, it's like Thunderbolts asterisk kill the president.
If the
No,
movie's called
because-
Thunderbolts Kill the President, that makes me a little excited. That's a funny time.
It won't be called
I know,
that.
of course not.
Whoa. I got shown a weird foot as an ad, but thought it was a dong for a second and was like, whoa.
And then there's a shot in the trailer as well. I was reading the description where they're all in a car together, and
Neat.
Red Guardian says something like, "They don't know how bad a bad guy can be," or something. So I think whatever movie it's going to be like they come together to defeat whoever, and then. Like I think I said when we were talking about something else, then it's going to be like, we got to turn on our handlers. The people that have, given us this task are playing us. We got to come together to fight them. And then you'll have another superhero team just kind of floating around, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so,
Okay.
so, got a bit of more information.
Yeah.
Because the footage wasn't shown online, people are like reporting on it like wildly differently because some people
yeah.
are just like, yep, anyway, we saw some footage, but it's not online. And other people being like, here's what happened.
Yeah, fair,
So
fair.
here's a page that's happy to say here's what happened. And also it addresses the asterisks and also a theory about us,
A theory about us.
theory about our idea to call it kill the president.
Oh, okay.
Because I lost where anyway, here's the line I was looking for.
Yeah.
So Kevin Feige was like, yes, it is Thunderbolts asterisks, and once you get to the end of the movie it'll make sense.
Yeah.
He did make sure to make one clarification though. These Thunderbolts will not be named after Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross like some fans have been speculating. So Ross is in the movie, but they're not named after him. It's not his team.
Why?
Because they probably need to
They're
kill.
gonna hunt.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, the hunt for Red Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
It's
They'll be trying to get Red Hulk.
Yeah, Thunderbolt in little asterisks.
Yeah.
The hunt of or kill Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Kill
the president.
Thunderbolt Ross or something. Yeah.
It's kill the president.
Yeah.
But they
Okay.
can't say president.
I mean, that's kind of
Kill
interesting, I
the former
suppose.
president.
You know what? And I've said this before.
Good on him.
What intrigues me about Thunderbolts as a premise, I
Yeah.
don't really think the movie's going to be good, but I mean, maybe it will. But what intrigues me is that the people are not heavy hitters, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that most of them have kind of nothing powers or no powers.
Well, yeah, because it means that.
And then if they're going up against Red Hulk,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's a challenge.
Yeah, it reminds me of the video game Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Exactly.
Which lived up to the premise and hype of that big time.
Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely what I've heard.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something about that, about seeing Black Widow, Yelena, who has no powers, be like, I gotta take out the Red Hulk. I'm like, cool. That's something about that intrigues me. Compare that to fucking Deadpool and Wolverine where there's no stakes. Oh, well,
Yeah, but see, if I stab you, I heal, and if you stab me, So it's like we're just healing over each other's stab wounds.
But if Red Hulk crushes Yelena's head like a grape,
she's not getting
coming
better.
back. Yeah.
And I think also the fact that these characters aren't necessarily fan favorites outside of Bucky,
Yeah.
it means that they can probably kill them, but they
can
won't.
kill Ghost.
Yeah, they could kill Ghost. I think we've thought that Ghost has been killed before.
exactly.
Same with Taskmaster.
Yeah.
They could kill literally any of them bar Bucky. No,
But
even then.
Bucky's someone where they could kill him and be like, because
It's like a sad ending
It's-
to
yeah.
Bucky. He's one of the holdovers from the original. Yeah.
So here's a description of the trailer that is still in dot point form, but a lot more in depth.
Okay.
Yelena knocks on Alexi's door. Alexi's Red Guardian.
Yeah.
He is slobbing it up on the couch and tries to spruce up the place and himself before opening the door, but it is still very, very messy.
I hope he spits on his hand and runs
Oh,
it
yeah.
through his,
I'm
like,
sure he
hair or
will.
something.
I'm sure he will.
That would be nice.
Do you want one of these?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Lick,
Well, that's more of a
licking,
sleazy thing,
Yeah,
though.
that is very
Yelena, his
sleazy.
daughter, so probably not.
Yeah.
Fair call.
He claims to be taking steps with a lot of work and being fulfilled, clearly lying. He asked what brings her there, and she said, "There is something wrong with me." Bucky enters a courtroom. US agent looks at news articles about himself. Yelena has a hallway fight reminiscent of Black Widows in Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Yelena then investigates a room, finds charts, and then gets shot at by US agent. Now,
Look at these charts.
Oh my God, charts! Ah!
These ones are going up. These ones are going
Oh my God,
down.
that's
but
awesome.
then if I put them over each other,
it's
I don't know. how
funny
to read
because
the
I know that this was a trailer, and I
Yeah.
know that the person that's written this. So the first part of Yelena knocking on Red Guardian's door, that's a scene. So that would have been like 60 seconds of the trailer.
Yeah.
So the journalist that's written this would have had time to write it
Yeah.
down. Because obviously you can't have your phones out,
Yeah,
but it would have
yeah.
had a pen and paper. Then the next part is very obviously just like quick shots.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this person, they are like struggling.
They're doing shorthand.
Yeah.
They're like, ah.
Look at charts.
Yeah, she investigates a room, finds charts, and gets shot at by US agent.
Yeah.
Ghost comes to her aid while another enemy helps US agent. Bob enters the room wearing hospital gown. Hospital misspelt. Himself at the start also misspelled. The room locks down its doors. Yelena explains that she is a contract killer and has summarized?
Surmise?
Surmise?
Yeah. Surmised that someone wants all of them dead. The room turns into a furnace.
Oh my God.
At a part with Loki's scepter in glass case, Bucky is not happy to see Elaine from Friends.
Yeah.
He puts on his vibranium arm.
I've heard this from another description of it. So that scene takes place in like Yelena's mansion, and she's got a bunch of like Marvel
room?
artifacts from previous movies. So she's got like Loki's something that looks like Loki's scepter.
Elena or Elaine from
Veep. Excuse me.
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Forgive
yeah.
me.
right,
Valentina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valentina's her
Elaine.
name.
Yeah.
Elaine from Friends or
Yeah.
Seinfeld or
Veep.
Veep. From Joey.
Yeah. Elaine from Joey.
Elaine
yeah.
from Joey.
Yeah.
It's Always Sunny with Elaine.
Yeah, it is.
Music makes the whole movie feel a bit delirious. Dark color tones makes the movie feel gritty. There is a scene in what might be Avengers Tower. Full stop. End of quote.
Cool.
I
Why?
don't think journalists got paid $1 million.
That's awesome.
Out of curiosity, why do they do this? Like Marvel. Why
Yeah.
they like, hey, have hair trailer, shh.
Well, because it builds hype.
And then eventually they're like, oh, hair trailer.
Well, because they say, here, trailer, shh. And then motherfuckers like us are like, guys, here, trailer. And then if motherfuckers out there are like, man, I can't wait to see this trailer. And then the trailer comes out and you get more eyes on it, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah. If they just release the trailer, it's like, no hype built.
Well, I heard nothing about trailer, so I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the new trailer's
Oh,
come
that
out.
trailer, now I can finally see that, or
Yeah.
hear that music.
Yeah, exactly. People say, oh, you get these little tidbits about the trailer. Yeah, tidbits.
Oh,
that's right.
so funny. So, like I was saying before, it's funny to read multiple sources.
Yeah.
Because obviously certain people know different things
They'll
about
focus
it.
on different parts.
Yeah. So remember how I just said the music was delirious?
Yeah.
In the Comic-Con exclusive footage, which was soundtracked to Where Is My Mind by Pixies.
Yeah, I was just like, this sounds crazy. That's
Reminds me of that
awesome.
other, like, you know that film, like Fight Club?
Yeah.
Kinda
Whoa.
reminds
Made me
you a bit
feel
like
crazy
that.
listening
Big
to it.
Yeah,
What the
delirious. Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, anyway, great song, but it's so funny to be like, whoa, trippy, delirious music, and other person being like, yeah, it's Where's My Mind by Pixies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We begin at night. I'm just going to go through this because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
To read. Also, this is in full sentences.
Yeah.
So the previous source panicked this person all the time in the
Yeah.
world.
This person wrote it down, then was like, okay, I'm going to take my time.
Yeah,
and,
try and remember it. I'm going to write it out, make
I'm
it
gonna write
clearer.
out,
The other
make it-
person was
make
in a rush.
Then just how maybe
She's looking at fucking charts, dude. I
Dude,
don't know
a
why.
US agent shooting at her? What the fuck?
the
I'm
ghost
so
is there.
delirious. It's gritty colors.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about this song. What is it?
I wish I could Shazam it right now. We begin at night in which looks like an isolated house where Yelena is knocking on the door. It turns out Red Guardian lives there and he scrambles to dress and appear less disheveled than he obviously is as he lets her in. She's there to recruit him for reasons unknown. So that information wasn't in the
that's
previous
interesting.
one.
Yeah.
Things transition to Yelena entering some kind of open room, one that looks a lot like the Raft from Captain America Civil War,
Okay.
where Yelena is attacked by Ghost and US agents. They are interrupted by Lewis Pullman, who himself only identifies as Bob. That's also a bit more information.
And also, like, yeah, he's attacked by Ghost.
Yeah, yeah. It's not
as
just
opposed
Ghost
to
is
Ghost
there.
is like, I'm going to help Yelena.
Yeah. True.
That's great. It's great that
I can't
that
wait.
both people saw this trailer. One
Yeah.
was like, Ghost is on Team Black Widow. I was like, whoa, Ghost is fucking this shit right up.
It's gonna be awesome to see this trailer and see what the hell people were
Yeah,
talking
you
about.
know what? I get it. I get it. You know what?
Hey, hype
Hey,
built,
hey,
dude.
hey,
Up
hey.
there.
Well, then
makes sense.
this writer
Yeah.
gives up because they say, we then see a stunt-packed montage that someone is trying to kill them all,
Yeah.
which appears to be the reason they team up. And then there's a fun hallway fight with Florence Pugh.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
she just
dope.
says Pugh
Yeah.
kicking several guys' asses
Nice.
and then ruthlessly shooting them.
Okay.
We also see glimpses of the rest of the main cast. And then a bit more information. There is a quote from Yelena that's voiceover of the trailer that says, eventually you start to realize there are bad guys and there's worse guys.
I'm
lie.
the worst guy.
Duh.
Okay, so, right. I'm guessing maybe...
Well, this might help. Florence Pugh has described the film as so wonderful and bizarre and very brave.
Ooh, brave.
Okay.
Well, okay. Look, top of my head, like maybe at the end of Cappy America,
Yeah.
they get the Hulk, the red one, and they put him in that raft place,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's like like we've contained him, but we got to kill him. Maybe.
Yeah.
But then they go there, but they're like, oh, it's also where we're keeping a bunch of other people. In doing so, they inadvertently or accidentally
Make a
whatever.
team together
Well,
and
no, they
Release
Bob.
Yeah,
i.e.
yeah.
the Sentry, and then they're like, ooh.
We got to put him back in his
That's-
cage.
Or he seems very friendly and nice. Like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
are you out? Like, we've been in prisons
true,
before.
true,
No,
true,
we're
true.
letting you out. And he's like, thank you. And he chuffs off. And like, you idiot.
Yeah, you should not have released him.
Oh, crap. He's now going to... Yes, he's the Sentry. But then oftentimes he's also the Void.
Do you think that they will team up to defeat the Sentry, or they team up to defeat Red Hulk? Or both? Or will they team up to defeat Red Hulk and then Red Hulk will join them?
Yes.
Yeah,
That last
that's
one.
probably
They
what's
are
gonna
good.
happen.
They're
They're
fighting.
no. They need to kill Red Hulk. You can't keep Harrison Ford on the payroll.
Dude,
He's
I'm
having
not.
the time of his life. Do you see him come out? This
He's
is
so
another thing
happy.
at the Comic-Con. He came out and started doing Hulk moves.
Yes. Also, they don't need to keep him there. All they got to do is maybe get him to record like a couple of
Yeah.
voiceover things, or they simply recast it because he ain't going to be Thunderbolt Ross again. He only going to be the Red Hulk if they get
Exactly.
him
There's
there. So
been
it's going to
some-
be like they go into the raft. They're
Yeah.
going to try because they've all been hired to kill
Red Hulk, yeah.
They go in there. They try and do it. They can't because they're just guys.
Yeah.
And doing so. Bob, he gets freed, and then they're like, Harrison Ford's like, you should not have done that.
You're going to need my help if you want to put him
yeah,
down.
and so that, and then they get their own Hulk.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think Harrison Ford's good time ended when a panel member asked, hey, between Indiana Jones
This is
and
a good
Thunderbolt
quote from him.
Ross, who's
Yeah.
better at handling snakes? And then Harrison
Did he
Ford
just die
said,
on stage?
Yeah, it's an awesome response.
he
Soul leave
said,
his body.
he said in response, I've always treated these questions with both the utmost respect and complete disdain. I will not answer that stupid question, but thank you for the opportunity.
That rocks.
God, he's great.
It's good stuff, dude. It's good stuff. There's another thing where people are like, how do you feel about mocap? And he's like, I get paid millions of dollars to go and be silly in a suit. I've done it before. It's fine.
That rules.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's having the time of his life.
Whatever. He'll be Red Hulk again.
Yeah, whatever can keep him in the like as much
in his
weed and
finery.
light planes as he needs.
Well, he's
you know?
82 years old now.
He's a young guy.
just starting. 82 is young, dude.
82 is it's
the new 70.
which is the new 40.
Yeah.
He was born in World War II.
Yeah, dude.
He's
Absolutely.
82.
Dude.
Yeah.
82.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Harrison
birthday.
Ford.
He's doing good.
Okay.
Also, we
yeah.
got confirmation about Giancarlo Esposito's character.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Have you heard who he is?
I
Paul?
have
Yes,
not.
I have. Yes.
I
It's
have
pretty
not.
awesome news.
It is
okay.
exciting
I am
news.
It's
I'm
exciting
a-
news, maybe specifically for us. I
I'm
think
gonna brace myself.
Okay.
I have not heard this. Please.
it's good stuff.
So, everyone's getting out there celebrating Captain America 4. Giancarlo Esposito's there.
Yeah.
Then they confirm, after fan speculation, it was confirmed that Esposito's mystery character in the movie is the King of the Serpent Society, who comic fans will know as Seth Volker,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Sidewinder.
Oh, yeah, baby. The Serpent Society is
Right.
real.
Okay, cool. I thought we were going to get like Bushwhacker for a
Yeah,
second.
that would've been-
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
Bushwhacker
but hey,
might turn up. The guy whose arms and legs got chopped off in a boat accident.
Well, because
that
Sidewinder's
one
the
can
guy who's
explain.
just like...
That amazing boat accident where we were like, how does... Go listen to our Serpent Society episode. It's a,
Well,
it's
like,
a heater.
how do
But
we get
you
your
chop
arms
off
and-
arms
and legs?
And then you read the comic, and in the comic, they're like, don't know how you did it. Don't know how it happened, man.
He's the one that also was like he takes out his brother's like
Yeah. His
yeah.
brother turns up and says, hey, I'm Bushwhacker now, and I'm leaving forever. And then he goes.
and also like because you have no arms and legs and can't do shit,
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
And then he's in hospital and he becomes a serpent-themed guy because they're like, we're going to attach snake bits to you. And he's like, oh, I'd really rather arms and legs.
Do you have anything else? Maybe like I don't know, like a foot.
No, unfortunately, all we have is the back halves of anacondas.
Oh,
Sorry, pal.
Oh,
That's so awesome, man.
is it because it's like a supply issue and it's been delayed and maybe you'll get some more?
No, well, I mean, clock's ticking, buddy. You either take the snake legs or you got nothing, okay? Yeah, that's right. You're
Yeah.
getting snake legs.
What? Who does he become?
Guess I'll take
I thought
this
he
maybe.
became...
Does he become Sidewinder, or does he become...
Who is Sidewinder?
Who does
Who's-
Bushwhacker become when he loses his arms
Well,
and
it
legs
is
and then
confusing
gets...
because he's
Bushwhacker,
Bushwhacker,
right? It's all just Bushwhacker all the way down.
But
I
then
thought he
his
changed
brother
his-
takes the
Yeah.
name Bushwhacker.
And then there's two Bushwhackers. Maybe
Oh.
his
bro-
brother dies or something.
Something
Someone
like
had
that.
it, yeah.
He takes his hot girlfriend and goes
Yeah.
to Miami.
Maybe.
I can't
Comics are
remember.
silly and they've never been good.
Yeah, that's awesome. The Serpent Society is real. Do we think that they're leading up to a Captain America Serpent Society movie
I think
for
that
real?
it'll be this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is that, yes.
But yeah, surely Marvel would have taken the opportunity because it's like very them these days to be like, it is Serpents. We're making it happen. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that they decided kind of late, and I think that they announced the movie.
yeah.
They were like, okay, we're going to do a Red Hulk thing, but we're also going to have Sabra.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, oh, here's comic book stuff. And then everything has happened. And
Yeah.
also, everyone lost faith, and Falcon and Winter Soldier didn't make as much money as they want. Get as many eyes as
Yeah.
they wanted on it. And everything sort of started falling apart. And they're like, well,
Now it's a Serpent Society movie.
now it's a Seventh Society.
Everyone loved the Serpent Society. We're going to put that in.
Yeah, we love the Serpent Society. One of those guys is an eel. Is that
Yeah.
a snake?
That's an eel.
That's a fucking eel, dude.
Okay. All right.
Is that all the news?
Is that all the news that happened in Hall H?
Yeah.
Or was there
and
anything else?
Then they just pretty much brought out all the cameos from Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, nice.
Alright.
What's the
Okay.
most exciting piece of news from Hall H at San Diego Comic Con for you?
I guess the Serpent Society is pretty neat.
It's pretty exciting that the Serpent Society is there. Yeah, okay. Give me your most exciting and least exciting piece of news from this Comic Con, from this panel. For me, most exciting is probably what I've learned about Fantastic Four has made me more excited for the movie than I was previously.
I like that Harrison Ford was mean to that guy.
Yeah, me too. And then my least favorite one is obviously that Robert Downey Jr. is now erasing so much.
Well, I don't know. To me, it's very much like I don't know. It's like a nothing-ish kind of like
Yeah.
announcement in a weird way because it's like, okay, cool, that actor is back, but because you've introduced like weird multiversal stuff, but he's also playing a character very much renowned for not showing his face.
Yeah.
Is he just doing a voiceover?
Yeah.
Like, is he just there to be a voice cast? You've given me just enough to confuse me.
Yeah. That is
you've
true.
given me just enough to be like, well, now I have several questions.
Yeah.
And none of them are good. So if you could just
Clarify
nip that in
some
the bud
things.
so that we can be like, cool. That's the way we're going forward.
Yeah.
Because they come out as like, he's Dr. Doom, but don't worry. He's not going to be a Stark. He's Victor Von Doom.
Yeah.
It's going to be like his voice only kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's there. You're never going to see his face, whatever.
But it's also so funny
that.
because, like, what's the point?
But we like his voice, and we like the fact that
It's Robert Downey Jr. is back, and that'll get
we
bums in
love
seats.
working with Robert Downey Jr. He's
Yeah.
he's just a great.
Well, it's something I've seen a lot of
iconic
people
voice.
point out as well, is they're like, what a shame. I mean, so one, if you introduce Victor Von Doom like this, you're doing the thing that Marvel's done heaps recently, where they introduce a variant character. Like, if they intend at some point to have the real Victor Von Doom, you introduce a variant first, so that when you have the actual Victor Von Doom, it doesn't feel as impactful.
Yeah.
Secondly, I've seen a lot of people being like, Marvel is really bad at casting Romany actors to play Romany characters. Wanda was that as well. Victor Von Doom, that's a huge part of his backstory, is the persecution that his people felt. Tony Stark being Von Doom sort of just means that
Whitewashed. It's good.
he's very whitewashed. So it's kind of like this weird thing where it feels, and I think that's why even if you're a big comics person, it feels hollow. Because you're like, they didn't pick Robert Downey Jr. because they looked at him and were like, you'll be a good Victor Von Doom. They didn't pick him
Because
because
you just need because ultimately you just need the voice.
Yeah.
You just need a decent voice. The commanding voice or
Yeah.
something. And if it's going to be a thing where it's like it's a variant Doom and
Yeah.
a real like Victor Von Doom is going to come and he's going to be pissed off. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
like
that's the
maybe
thing as well.
again, are you doing a thing where it's like, Downey Jr. is going to be a variant Doom, then the real Doom, because they like to bait and switches, whatever. If it's in the same movie, okay. If Danny Jr. is there as like straight away to be like,
I'm Victor Von
and then
Doom.
the real Doom just comes in like, get your name out of your mouth. Get my name out of your mouth. I will. Oh, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like, how dare you besmirch the name of like Victor Von Doom?
Yeah.
And he comes down and like absolutely destroys him. I'm like, if you do it in that movie, fair enough.
Who
That's a
played
nice
him
little
in
bait.
it? Julian
McMahon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Old
But then
mate
even
from
if they do that
Charmed.
in the movie, it's like,
But then, yeah.
why?
Well,
what
like-
are we doing here?
Well, because again, it's just it's bums on seats. Bless you,
Well,
bless
yeah.
you. Razzmatazz.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. From that perspective, I've got it for sure.
You know, it's again people.
But then
now,
also
because now we're talking about it.
Yeah, but because it's Razzmatazz, it's like I don't think they will kill him.
Yeah.
Because if you're going for bums in seats, you want to be like, it's your guy. If you kill your guy, and I'm the worst kind of nerd, I'm like, you've personally insulted me.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you, Kevin Feige.
I've got some new information that might excite you and cheer you up about the Doom reveal. It's got nothing to do with Doom, but it has a lot to do with Avengers Doomsday.
Okay.
So the Russo brothers are coming back there. We've covered this. They're directing. They currently have one movie that's coming out this year on Netflix called The Electric State,
Okay.
which is an adaptation of a book, also called The Electric State. It's a science fiction adventure film.
Graphic novel.
Oh, graphic novel.
Oh my
Whoa,
God.
more
Look
comic
out.
books.
Comic
Look
book
out.
time.
Look
Man,
out.
love a
Whoa.
comic book. A dystopian science fiction.
Yeah, depicting an alternative reality of the year 1997 in which a teenage girl and her toy robot journey through a technologically ravaged Southwest USA.
Okay.
Okay.
That's exciting. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
She's looking for a missing brother.
Okay.
So here's the cast. And it's important to note this cast because they're guys from the MCU and
Yeah.
also guys that the Russos are friends with. So Millie Bobby Brown, who hasn't appeared in the MCU, but she's Jew.
Yeah, she is Jew.
Hey, let's put her as Jean Grey
Yeah.
because she did that in Stranger Things.
Yeah, exactly.
Tick.
She's psychic there, she's psychic here.
She's psychic there. Maybe the same thing. They're connected now.
People
whatever.
make memes, who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is part of the MCU now.
Yeah, and some of the voice acting cast, Giancarlo Esposito, Anthony Mackie, Billy Bob Thornton, like all of these guys.
Yeah, okay.
You've got Chris Pratt acting in it as well
God
as
damn.
Keats.
I love
Okay.
that guy.
Kwei Hung Kwan, he's
I
back.
do love that guy.
Yeah.
Stanley Tucci.
Oh, I love that guy.
And so these are all casts that
Yeah.
they could potentially pull from and put in this. Now, the next actor is someone that I would not expect, especially build this high. And I hope that he had a blast filming this because I would love to see him cameo in Doomsday. And I think that he would be very happy to reunite with a former cast member alongside his because one of the leads in this movie is Jason Alexander.
Whoa!
George
from
Veep.
Love George.
Bro.
If Avengers Doomsday reunites Jason Alexander and
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
best movie
Best
of the
movie
year.
ever. If they do a thing where they're like, Julia Louis-Dreyfus has an evil superhero team, Jason Alexander gets his own superhero team, Jerry Seinfeld's there, Michael Richards there's got their own Seinfeld team, Seinfeld team. And then we got in like 2030 something Avengers Seinfeld. That would be awesome.
I will say that, like, as someone who suffered through Unfrosted, the new very unfunny, very not at all edgy, even though he was claiming that comedy's dead because you can't say anything
Comedy's
anymore.
dead. You can't say anything
can't say
anymore.
a slur.
You can't say
Yeah,
anything.
but
You
then-
can't say how I really feel about ethnicities.
But Jerry Seinfeld, you got given a Netflix movie and you could have said anything and you say nothing.
Yeah.
And hey, there's a slur in Deadpool. Disney let you say him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jason Alexander isn't in that,
Yeah.
which makes me think that he's like, I might distance
think-
myself
yeah,
from this.
fair
which
enough.
Means he could be.
He could be in
I'm
this.
starting the rumor now. George is in Avengers.
Avengers George. Avengers the Summer of George.
All right, and I think he's gonna play. And yeah, because with the Serpent Society, that's
Yeah.
kind of in that same arc and era of that kind of like D-Man. He's gonna be playing D-Man.
Whoa.
Oh, look at his Wikipedia photo.
That's a D-Man if I've ever seen one. Look, you use your little
Yeah.
machine. You Google D-Man. And
could be D-Man.
you tell me that Jason Alexander couldn't pull that
I
off.
could see Jason Alexander
D-Man.
playing.
Oh, I know D-Man.
You know
Yeah.
D-Man.
I think Jason Alexander would make a good Puck from.
You would make
Is
a
that
good puck.
West Coast Avengers?
Nah,
The
no, more north.
Canadian
Alpha Flight.
Alpha
buddy.
Flight. Yeah, he'd make a good Puck.
He would make a good puck.
You mean D-Man is in Demolition Man, is in the Daredevil Wolverine guy?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Jason Alexander should be in
Yeah.
more movies.
Yeah, yeah.
And they should
yeah,
have.
yeah.
It's very easy to imagine the Avengers theme, but done with slap bass.
Yeah. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
stuff.
So he won't be introduced in.
Yeah.
It won't be until Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Where he'll be introduced
For sure,
But,
absolutely.
Like, he's gonna. I reckon. Yeah. Oh yeah. D-Man. But now you got me thinking like puck.
Alpha Flight, yeah.
Which I reckon you could then. You could cast a couple of signees as
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Nice Alpha
Michael
Flight.
Richards as Sasquatch.
Oh, easy. So it's a done.
Well,
done
no.
deal.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld and Michael Richards. Jerry keeps being like, "Yeah, I'll put him in the thing." He's
Yeah.
not in Unfrosted. Again, you can't. Jerry, you're complaining about shit you
Yeah.
could have done.
Yeah.
They don't. They'll let you do anything. You're the guy.
You're the guy, Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh,
Comedians
you
in cars
can't
drinking
say
coffee or
anything,
whatever.
But you can.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can. There will just be consequences to your actions.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like your movie stinks so bad.
Yeah, dude.
There's a part where there's a riff on. I don't know what it is about Scary Movie coming back, but there is a scene in Unfrosted
Yeah.
where Big Milk makes him walk through. It's like a milker like mafia in it,
Yeah.
and they make him walk through like this alley that's meant to be like a torturous thing, but it's just walking in between the cows as they do huge farts.
Oh, okay.
Why?
You know what I liked about the scary movies? I think the first three each had a scene with a huge comp shot. And I thought that was really awesome.
There's a I like the part where
Yeah,
there's
she gets plastered to the ceiling.
yeah, there's the chainsaw to cut out the pubes.
Yeah, that's really awesome. That's
There's-
funny.
Great stuff.
Well, the person who dies because they put their ear to the hole
Yeah.
and the dick goes through
Yeah,
it.
on
yeah,
through.
straight through their head. Yeah.
Yeah, great times. I think Larry David would be a
Whoa!
good, say like one of
The Watcher.
no, like the head of like Department H.
Oh, yeah.
That's like look after Alpha Flight. And, you know, evidently they fuck up and they
He gets
reveal
frustrated, yeah.
state secrets. He's like,
Yeah. They should make Alpha Flight as a comedy starring Larry David, Jason Alexander, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus in a different role. Sasquatch, say. Yeah. Yeah, look.
we're all clearly very excited.
I mean-
and on that note, I've been Joel.
Yeah, I've been Jackson.
And I've been Joel, and I just read some stuff about Jason Alexander. He ain't coming to the Avengers.
Never mind.
Never mind.
We rescind our
we
statements.
rescind everything we previously said now that we found some new information.
It's just the same thing as fucking Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Except he's left-leaning but a sack of shit, not
That's
right-leaning and
depressing.
a sack of shit. Anyway, goodbye.
Fantastic Four might be good.
Yeah! Have a wonderful time. And on that note, we've been the BS Boys, and this has been another episode of Basic Speculation. I said it backwards, who cares? Goodbye.